all the fallout from Backlash, as we have even a Punjambi celebration of the new WWE Champion, plus not one but two matches made for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and on top of that, an epic tag team encounter I thought I would never freaking see in the WWE. All this, plus so much more in this week's edition of the SmackDown Rebound. Hello everybody, my name is Connor, aka OKAYFABE, your official SmackDown video correspondent for One Wrestling and One Wrestling Video's YouTube channel. We thank you guys for tuning back into another edition of the SmackDown Rebound right here, part of course, OneWrestling.com. We're going to cover everything today from May the 23rd, 2017's edition of SmackDown Live. Appreciate you guys coming back into the channel and checking things out here and letting us give you guys a breakdown as far as what happened over on the Boy Blue brand. Now, before I get into the whole review, before I get into my discussion, you guys know the routine by now. We love to hear what you guys have to say, so make sure you leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, letting us know what you thought of this week's SmackDown Live. Of course, make sure you follow myself and the entire OneWrestling.com family over on the social media, including myself at OKAYFABE, at Big Ray Show, at Big Slam Nation, of course, at After One Wrestling. Let us know your thoughts on the social media, what you guys thought of this week's SmackDown. Give us a big old thumbs up if you guys like these videos. Of course, subscribe for some more amazing content over at One Wrestling Video. Now let's kick things off here where they actually show Jinder Mahal, the new WWE Champion, arriving the arena with a huge police detail. And I do love how the Singh brothers actually lay out the carpet, literally lay out the carpet for the WWE Champion as he arrives to the arena. But the show truly kicks off with Commissioner Shane McMahon coming out and making two blockbuster announcements for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, the next SmackDown exclusive brand pay-per-view for the Blue brand. He announces not one but two major matches, the first being Jinder Mahal getting another opportunity to take on Randy Orton. Yes, Randy Orton invoking his rematch clause for the WWE Championship at the Epic Money in the Bank pay-per-view. We also will, of course, have the epic and the legendary Money in the Bank ladder match. 5 participants were announced by Shane McMahon. We have AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, and Dolph Ziggler, and Shinsuke Nakamura, which I gotta admit, just sounds like an epic Money in the Bank ladder match, to say the least. However, before Nakamura comes out, Kevin Owens comes out instead, and Shane gladly reminds the audience that Kevin Owens is not one of those 5 participants. When Owens hears this, he complains and says, why is he, the man who beat AJ Styles, and yet AJ Styles, the man who lost last night, or last pay-per-view, is in this matchup? And after bringing up the point that maybe Shane's jealous of the fact that Kevin Owens beat AJ Styles and he couldn't at WrestleMania, says he makes a valid point and decides to make it a 6-man Money in the Bank ladder match, and Kevin Owens is added to the group. Then the bickering ensues. We see a lot of bickering back and forth between Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, basically all making the claim that they should be the ones, and they are going to be the ones, to take on and win the Money in the Bank briefcase. It finally boils down to Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn finally getting into some heated discussion when finally Shane decides to break up the entire ordeal and makes 2 major matches for this evening. A rematch from Backlash between Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin, awesome, and a tag team match. Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler against, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, the tag team of AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm getting excited just even thinking about it. Anyway, speaking of tag team action, let's get into the first matchup here. The women's matchup between Carmella and Natalya against Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Becky basically starting out strong with coming out after some shenanigans outside, with Carmella ultimately getting control over Becky. She tags in Natalya, who continues the domination on Becky. Finally, Becky gets the hot tag into Charlotte, who helps cleans house, and it seems as if Natalya is about to get some, well, retribution in when Charlotte is on the top turnbuckle. Tamina with a brief distraction, only to be eliminated by Naomi outside the ring with a beautiful flying crossbody. Charlotte blindly tags Becky Lynch in, who hits a double drop kick on Natalya. Natalya tags in Carmella, who goes in for the disarmor. I love this part myself. Ellsworth actually tries to go and help grab Carmella's hand, like to help her with not get locked into the disarmor, but Naomi kicks his hand out of the way. Becky locks on the disarmor, and of course Carmella taps to give Becky Lynch and Charlotte the big W. I love this, man. This actually was a great way to kick off the show. I'm glad the babyfaces actually came out on top for once. I felt like the heels have been such a like just a snowball effect as far as constantly winning. So it's nice that they actually got the win on this one. Now, Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin lasts all of 10 seconds. I actually turned my back for a second, and Sami Zayn got a quick roll-up victory over Baron Corbin, but that's not really where everything ends. Corbin then decides to beat down mercilessly on Sami Zayn, beating him up inside the ring, throwing him over the barricade, beating him even more, hitting him over the back with a steel chair, and finally doing these vicious elbow shots and forearm shots while he's resting against the barricade. Unfortunately, poor Sami Zayn did need to be stretched out on a stretcher, so it's interesting to see if he's going to even make it to the Money in the Bank ladder match. Next up, we see another fantastic Fashion Files segment. Say that 3 times fast. Fantastic Fashion Files segment, which I absolutely adored. I love this segment. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was hilarious because they actually dress up Shane's office like the Breezango's like police office, and they actually go to turn in their badges and their guns, squirt guns, and they say, Commissioner, Commissioner, we don't feel like we're getting kicked off the force. You look weird without your mustache, by the way. I just love how Shane's completely in the dark about the whole thing. Shane says, first of all, you guys know you're not cops, and Fandango says, you sound a lot like my father, and I'm starting to believe him. It was just really funny stuff. Anyway, Shane says that you two are a tag team. You deserve to be on here, so we're going to make you guys singles action. We're going to have Tyler Breeze versus Jimmy Uso and Fandango versus Jey Uso later on in the evening. So next up we have the Punjambi celebrating the Maharaja is your new WWE champion, and they play this thing to the tilt. They have like exotic dancers, they play music, they have the ring decorated. It was a very almost like WrestleMania-esque entrance, realistically. Although the Bollywood boys came out with scarves almost as long as they were, they really go, like I said, all out for this. It is very interesting, though, that apparently I have heard that, Jinder Mahal will be portrayed as a babyface in India, obviously, because the Indian culture and country are so massively behind him as champion. So it was just very elegant and very out there. Not really a whole lot as far as what actually happened. Jinder Mahal coming out and basically saying more or less the same things that we've seen him been saying the last couple of weeks leading into Backlash. So nothing new as far as promo-wise, but again, just really epic. I honestly thought we were going to see a Randy Orton RKO somewhere, maybe even taking out the dancers outside the ringside area, but nope, no Randy Orton, no RKO. Let Jinder get his Punjabi celebration out and get it out of the way. And really, like I said, very well done, very over the top, and very happy for the Maharaja is now the new WWE champion. And apparently they have a fantastic pyro budget. Who knew? Anyway, let's move on to one of my favorite matches of the evening, or should I say 3 matches of the evening. We had Jey Uso versus Tyler Breeze last, again, all of 20 seconds, as Fandango distracts him with a squirt gun, allowing Breeze to get a roll-up victory. Next, we have Jimmy Uso against Fandango, but Tyler Breeze chases Jey outside the ring to distract Jimmy to allow Fandango to get a roll-up victory. So finally, out of frustration, the Breezango says, you know what? We know we can beat you guys. We know we got this covered. Why don't we have a rematch for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships? And the Usos say, screw it, let's do it right now. So we actually have an impromptu SmackDown Live Tag Team title match, which is not bad. It's not a bad match at all. I think, honestly, their match at Backlash was a little bit better. And the only reason I say that is maybe because the comedy shtick helped out a lot, but I thought the action was a little bit more intense, and maybe there was more on the line, no pun intended, with Backlash than there was with this matchup. Honestly, I would have given Breezango the tag team titles at Backlash, if for nothing else, to maybe drop them the next night. I honestly find Breezango to be highly entertaining, great in-ring athleticism from both of them, and I figure, why not? Why not give them the opportunity at the championships, and why not give them the run with the championships, even if it's a brief one? Great finish where essentially Fandango comes down for the flying leg drop off of one Uso, but as soon as he lands, the second Uso comes in with a splash, getting the 1, 2, 3 Usos retaining the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship. It's going to be interesting to see if the New Day, who are slated to return sometime soon, supposedly, will be heading into that tag team title scene with the Usos sooner rather than later. Next up, we see Natalya coming in and asking Shane for an opportunity at the Women's Championship, but then gets interrupted by Carmella, who then gets interrupted by Becky Lynch, who then gets interrupted by Tamina, who then gets interrupted by Charlotte. More bickering! And eventually, Shane decides, shush. Let's just get this out of the way. Fatal 5-way elimination with all 5 women. Winner next week against a shot at Naomi's championship at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So it should be a very interesting. I think they're copying Raw a little bit, but you know what? Hey, I'm totally fine with that. This match is going to be epic. Let's get on to the main event, though. Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler against Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. I was more enthralled with the fact that we actually got these two guys teaming up together to take on Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. The matchup was very well done. I thought what I really liked was that it showcased both of them, each of them getting a hot tag at once. AJ Styles in the middle of the match and Nakamura towards the end. Crazy finish with basically everyone taking each other out with their signature or finishers, or attempted at one or another. Kevin Owens unfortunately falling victim to the Kinshasa as Nakamura just hits it almost out of nowhere and gets the pinfall victory over Kevin Owens. I was actually kind of surprised that this happened because, well, Kevin Owens is the U.S. champion. I figured Dolph Ziggler would probably take the pinfall in this one, but regardless, love the tag team match and love the finish where AJ Styles does his pose, Nakamura does his, as they both overlook the Money in the Bank briefcase to close out the show. I was a big fan of this SmackDown. I thought that this was a lot of continuation from Backlash, but more importantly, gave me a lot to look forward to as far as Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is one of my favorite pay-per-views and match concepts, so I think the hype and the anticipation is there, especially in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I was very surprised that we didn't see any Randy Orton. We got some little follow-up from the women's and the tag team division as well, too. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out and how things go forward. I'm looking forward to Money in the Bank. But, of course, guys, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Leave your thoughts about this week's SmackDown Live down in the comment section below. Hit us up on the various social media. Again, all of our links for the entire OneWrestling.com family are down in the description box below. Make sure you subscribe to One Wrestling Video, and of course check out OneWrestling.com for all the latest wrestling related news, guys. And make sure you give us a big old thumbs up if you guys are watching this over on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys again for watching. Appreciate the continued love and support, and to quote the legendary Mr. Bill Apter, we will see you at the matches.